Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Batman Arkham City. So I thought about the events of the last recording a little bit more, which oddly basically means that I am pretty much on autopilot when playing this game at this point. Just it's such a collectathon, it's such a grind. Um, Clearly the Mad Hatter mission was triggered by Vicky Vale being shot down in the helicopter. We saw Vicky Vale's helicopter being shot down specifically when we walked out of the back door of the Gotham City Police Department. So either that was scripted and that would have happened if we walked out the front door, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because walking out the front door wouldn't really let you see a helicopter. You would be seeing the enclosed parking lot section. You'd have to walk out of the front door and then outside of the electric gate. So I suspect that side mission only happens if you walk out the back door, and you could have triggered that at any point when you could have walked out of the back door, which is pretty much just in, which means there's a decent chance of people not seeing that side mission ever, unless it's a case that you actually couldn't have gotten out of the front door at all, which maybe that was a possibility. But then to take a step further back, just thinking again about that Mr. Freeze fight, that fight was pretty useless. Like, because of the fact that it's trying to get you to do some major gameplay mechanics that you just really aren't guaranteed to really use. Like, some of them you might use, but a lot of them you may never use. And having a puzzle where you absolutely fail unless you can do 3 out of 9 is more than is expected for any other conflict that you would even run into in this game. This grapnel boost ability is pretty bad too, because half the time it doesn't actually let me boost, and it instead shoots me onto a ledge touching the ground, which breaks the idea of specifically trying to.
There's an electrical substation in this area. It could be the one Deadshot used.
It breaks the idea of trying to stay off the ground to get the Riddler challenge.
Deadshot was here. He was using this substation to store his equipment and a PDA. It's heavily encrypted. I'll need to bypass the security if I'm going to find out any more about Deadshot and what he's doing here.
So, the idea of a PDA even existing in this game just shows how old this game is. PDAs, int shot. Headshot.
This PDA was definitely given to Deadshot by Hugo Strange. It looks like he was smuggled into Arkham in order to take out a specific list of threats to Strange's position. Let's see. Deadshot only has 3 targets left. Jack Ryder, Bruce Wayne, and Batman.
Damn. He's working to a schedule. Ryder's his next hit. He's marked his current location. He's going to kill him in 3 minutes if I don't get
And
to
see,
him.
this is all happening in the mind of Batman. He's not speaking or moving his lips. And so if you hadn't done the other if you hadn't done the other missions where you have to rush through an area, I don't suspect you would particularly be well suited
Poison ivy really in here?
to make this risk and this rush.
If I don't find Jack Ryder in 2 minutes, Deadshot will kill him.
Well, clearly he's down this way. Interesting.
You made me miss my target, Batman.
See, that's like the last time we've even seen, we see a cutscene, and it just very much rushes
Get
us.
to me? Many have tried. None have managed it.
Alright.
Time to die, Batman.
So Deadshot
The
never
world's
misses.
greatest detective dies at the hands of the world's greatest assassin.
And if you make a miss, it drives him crazy. And so we're now in this checkpointed action sequence, which is another great example of just a sequence we don't have anything
You'll never
around.
get me. No one is better than me. Not even the great Batman. Hurry up and die, Batman. I've got a reporter to kill. Time to die, Batman.
Like,
The world's greatest
I don't think I'm
detective
supposed to be
dies
throwing
at the hands of the world's greatest
kill with a single
assassin.
Wilhelm shot. Be sure to approach him when his back is turned. Yeah, so it is a stealth sequence, which this is very much closer to the Scarecrow sequences. It seems like we're just going to do it once.
Stop hiding.
So we want his back turned so that we can grab
I
some
can play this
cover.
game all night, Batman. After I kill you, I'll kill Jack Ryder and Bruce Wayne. Then I can just collect my check.
He obviously doesn't know that Bruce Wayne is Batman, which I guess means Strange is going to rip him
Think
off.
you can get to me? Many have tried.
Because-
none have managed it. Where have you gone, Batman? Are you too scared to face?
Like, and his body just ragdolls there. And then you have another whole cutscene here. Boy, is this unfinished. Like, there's no audio playing. There's no transition there. I got a
This isn't over, Batman. I swear.
achievement for that.
Find Deadshot.
He's not a problem anymore. I'll let Gordon know where he is and come back for him later.
Target is lit. I repeat, we have positive on Batman.
Okay, so there was a whole nother area that had a place to investigate, and I guess that would just be a total waste of time now to even try for. I kind of want to try to go back here, but I don't think it's really worth it, so I think our best bet is to just set that as our next target. There is probably a decent number of riddles and Riddler trophies I could try and get, but I'm not going to really go for it. Alright. 150 glide. Can we do it?
Strange ain't human. I almost pity Sharp for getting involved
50 meter dive. Can we do it from this point?
We've lost sight of Batman. I repeat, target is missing.
I kind of feel like a 50 meter dive
The bat's here.
Alright, that's not a 50 meter dive. Let's try that again. So you've got to go up, then down.
Yeah, where you gone? I'll find you someday and kick the living crap were right. It is the Bat. You're gonna die here, Bat.
This'll be easy, freak.
Let's go ahead and take this guy out, and we'll then try and investigate.
Kicking their asses. Get him!
Alright. Yep. So that was not a 50-meter dive either. They're trying to get weapons on the ground. See,
Don't
you
make
still
me
have
hurt
this
you.
like
I'll
problem
tell you what I know.
where it's just like there's no solution there to save the vast amount of damage you're taking when you just try to beat these
I heard there's a vault around here
fights.
somewhere, stuffed full of cash.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm would actually be able to get into that vault. Like, we saw it. I don't even know why Bruce Wayne / Batman would care about a vault. So it almost feels like you dive off the top of that to get a 50-meter dive. I don't see any other building that's even really tall enough.
Rotten here.
And then if I'm going to do a non-grapnel glide, I have to basically go this direction. And I suspect what you would want to do is something like this, and then swoop up, and then something like this, and then swoop up, and then
Catwoman stay
something
alive in a
like
place like
this,
this?
and then swoop up. And yeah, that still wasn't enough by any means. It probably is easier to try and glide something this direction. Let's see, I don't know if swooping as an idea really builds an ability.
Who's that?
Alright.
Batman sighting.
And those two guys seemingly were just completely knocked out.
Zero visual on target. I repeat, we have lost sight of Batman.
Alright. So we are here looking at one that we can't get. And over there is another one that I imagine we can't get. Although I should probably check it out just to be certain. Because at this point I could use any assistance. You basically only have enough room to turn off 2 of these, and then it's going to be an incredibly long reload time before the disruptors reset. And it's only the disruptor that can be reset. Unless there's something specific about these freeze grenades that I don't realize. Every indicator says that that still goes off. So what was I supposed to do here? Is it just that I needed an upgrade, or was I... If I had disrupted this one, then I would have had to disrupt this one. And then that would have meant that one, and that one, and that one, and that would have been multiple resets, whereas if I just wait a really long time, I can eventually remove this one. But then I may very well need to remove another one. So I don't know if there's just a case here where you were supposed to wait a really long time, or if you're going to get some kind of upgrade once again that lets you disrupt one more attack. I desperately need the Riddler Trophy just to refill my health, otherwise I'm gonna walk in this general direction and end up getting shot. Like, I could try and go knock out these two guys and get a little bit of health that way, but I honestly don't think that that's gonna work. So meanwhile, while we're waiting for this to happen, we could look sort of in the overworld. There's clearly a lot of stuff to go back and get at Wonder City, but that is probably pretty much the final gameplay area. Seemingly there is a whole nother floor, and there was a whole nother door I missed. Hopefully the reset doesn't reset while we're in the menu. I think our dive ability probably needs to be through this subway maintenance access, and we need to go through this area to get some collectibles at some point. There's tons of stuff here, but still some of it is missable. There's still a decent amount of stuff in the museum. I thought there was a fast travel between those different areas, but there actually isn't. This very possibly could be a Tiger Security, like, door, window, panel, or it could be something else. It could be an entrance. Clearly, though, this is not the right way that this should have worked. And all that really does is... all that did was reset one, so if I made a mistake and that was not the right one, then I'm doomed. And see, even accomplishing that, it didn't refill my health completely, but that's still worth it. Okay. There's...
He's back!
Nope. Let's say no to that. There was an achievement for hitting them with the line rider while sliding. Yeah, I don't know if the trick is just that you're supposed to fly up there or not. Because I guess you could do that.
I heard Joker poisoned the bat. How'd he manage that?
Alright, so it is a remote controlled batarang.
It's Batman!
take out this guy. And then we'll interrogate this guy in the smoke.
Do you realize how many bones you've got left for me to break?
Oh God, please don't hurt me. I'll tell you what I know.
Okay. So that was probably a good trade-off, but we can see there's a lot of people
The old warden?
all
I thought
over.
he was mayor now. No way could Strange get the mayor of Gotham freaking City sent in here.
We still don't really have a way to get through some of these breakable areas. Okay. So, I see a sniper gun,
Since he got in here, he's probably dead already.
and yeah, you can definitely see in this area there are just straight up sniper people. Could I
As soon as I grab Bruce
send...
Wayne, I'm cashing him in for a first-class ticket to any place else.
I-
Woman and the plant lady. Man, those two are hot.
Getting bored. I thought we were supposed to have left by now.
Chill out, man. Let's go.
Joker wants us to move on into Two-Face's territory. Teach that ugly son of a bitch to mess
Okay.
with the boss.
It's a miracle, ain't it? Yesterday I figured Joker was a goner. Today he's back better than ever.
Yeah, it's good to see the old Joker's smile back. It's like there's been this other guy standing in for him, but now the real Joker's back.
So, we ready?
That certainly does introduce the idea that there
Then this whole town will know
that there
Joker's
may
back.
be multiple Jokers. Which that would totally make sense. So, yeah. You pretty much have to try and take out these snipers before you could even start to try to do any kind of groundwork in Amusement Mile. And Amusement Mile definitely is designed to be the threat.
Who's here 24/7? We can thank.
Getting bored. I thought we were supposed to have left by now.
Chill out.
Batman! Joker wants us to move on into Two-Face's territory. Teach that ugly son of a bitch
What the? It's a miracle, ain't it? Yesterday I figured Joker was a goner. Today he's back better than ever.
Yeah, it's good to see the old Joker's smile back. It's like there's been this other guy standing in for him, but now the real Joker's back.
So, we ready?
Soon, we wait for the order. Then this whole town will know the Joker's back.
I don't know if this distance is... I don't know if we can get this level of distance. Nope. Yep. The only thing we could kind of do is try and avoid this area. We do have Zazz's hideout. We could... Well, wait, we're kind of at full health, I bet, right now, so we probably shouldn't do Zazz's hideout, other than the fact that it's seemingly just right here.
What's the bat doing here? Come on, there's a fight going down.
So Zazz's hideout was that building that the doors were locked on before. They now have...
People like you don't make the boss happy. the last thing I need today is the Joker being unhappy.
Joker? Oh no. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's kicking the crap out of them! Kill him!
So they set off these alarms now that they basically are designed to like to attract as many people as possible in the fights. So unless there was a disruptor thing you could disrupt, which I don't think there is. Right. Does Zazz still pose a threat?
Help!
There we have
Please! Someone
the
help
acts
me!
of violence. There we go. Let's see, is there a way I could activate
you.
this? No, I still don't really know how you would activate that. So if this is Zazz's hideout through this door, then there might be a picture inside this area. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out Zazz is actually very old and nearly dead himself. If they're gonna say, ask the question if he poses a threat or not. Yeah, this is a whole building. It's a whole little area. I assume Zazz would pose a threat, and I assume this is going to be a boss fight. Now, at a certain level, you could do this. And in this game, we haven't even talked about doing that. So, you would have just had to remember that you were playing that you could do that from the first game. And here we have an electric thing, but there's no electricity happening up here, is there? So it's probably just a secret.
Your entire lives have been accelerating to this point. Your life is over.
So I don't know if the
Accept it
water
and prepare yourselves to sink into the oblivion
is increasing up and down, or I don't even know which one is Zazz.
You're probably praying I will end your lives quickly. I won't.
Okay. So the water seems to go up and then down. And we can make little ice platforms.
Can you feel
That's
the
new.
time approaching, little pigs?
And we're walking around the
My
edges.
body is a temple dedicated to your memory.
So this is a stealth section. I guess the idea here is we're gonna have to figure
Cannot
out.
describe with mere words the joy I feel as I make
So there's
that
some major
mark
danger
into
here.
my flesh.
But it really feels like Batman should be able to just miss that part.
This is all why, isn't it, Piggies? I'm enjoying myself so much. I need not take that from me. Come on! Where are you?
Okay, so we're gonna get on this platform,
It's time.
and then we pull ourselves.
He's running for that phone, desperately trying to reach it in time to keep you all alive. This game isn't over. This isn't
So I assume that the water is deadly if you touch it, or if you jump, he just sees you. So I assume what you're doing is just trying to. Come on.
Don't tell me you can't hear the phone. You're making me angry.
So we're just gonna smash through the glass and get him. And nope, Zazz is just
This
Zazz.
is not over. It cannot be over. My blade will
Camera
bathe
zoomed in way
in
too
the
much.
crimson rivers of blood that will pour from the holes I cut into your body. You cannot deny me the mark. I need to make the mark. It's all I have left.
Zazz is being written here a little bit differently than he was in the first game, but yeah, I don't know if we really dealt with him that much. And so we've just once again encased people, and that's another achievement.
That psycho looked into my eyes and told me what he was gonna do to me. I've never been so scared.
He's locked up now. You'll be safe here.
So we have a conversation we can have with a couple people.
I owe you, Batman. This maniac was talking like he was gonna cut us up.
He was. You'll be safe here for now. He's not going anywhere.
Alright, so what do we upgrade? A glide boost attack to take one out, or a freeze proximity mine. Or special combo multiple takedown. That's what we want. We want to upgrade that one. So now we can hit A, B. And then X, Y is our next upgrade to look for. If you're planning on making a mark in Arkham, you need a calling card. I guess pause now if you want to read this. What does this button do? Turns on some electricity. Good to know. That's a little off-putting to have glass breaking. Alright. So, looking at this map, there are no less than 3 Riddler puzzles. Riddler trophies to get. Which I think can tell us, if we jump down here, can we go somewhere else? Or should we just start over? I think we might be better off just starting over. Okay. First one is here. Which I guess you're probably at some relative safety to have this. let's just turn that around. Bring this up. We need to electrocute it. We need to get it up here. We need to slow everything down and work our way through. We need up. We need slow. We need up. We need slow. The angles are just wonky, to say the least. Maybe you're supposed to actually be a little bit better. Oh, so close there. Maybe you're supposed to shoot this from the other direction, and then that would give you more of a chance. It really seems like they've intentionally put very little room in this to make this much more of a challenge than it probably should be. And then you kind of have this penalty every time you miss, which you can't throw it until it's reset. This really just feels like one of those ideas that is not polished enough for a game, and so it puts you in this weird situation where ideally you would want to see more of these kinds of puzzles, so that there would be more polish in them, and if we ran across one that was particularly difficult like that one, then it would be excusable amongst the collection of the better ones. We also have kind of a weird sound effect playing in this area, which I assume is that buzzsaw. Yeah, but you could have just jumped. That's the weird part of that one. Is it really feels like you could have just jumped. Come up here. Theoretically, I am standing right on top of a Joker puzzle. A Riddler thing. Which makes me think it's either on one side or it's on the other side. So if it's not there, maybe it's here. Nope. Is there possibly a higher path? Just above this building, or is it possible that there's a collectible on top of the building? I suppose that is a possibility. We may have to make the decision to believe that, regardless. Because I honestly don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of time in this area. Hey. It's interesting that how it didn't let me make that jump when almost certain I would have made that jump in any other place. If anything, it just feels like what this game is establishing is the idea of pulling yourself while on ice sections. Okay, well. We're all in Bat Detective mode here. Almost certainly if there was a collectible here, we would see it. Like, so that really implies to me that the two remaining things are on top of the building, which is fine. That was a somewhat anticlimactic end to a longer running side mission, but I would say that is definitely better than what we had with like the Mad Hatter section. Let's see. Yeah, let's mark this Riddler Trophy and see if it is way at the top of this building. Yes, it is. Alright, and then let's mark this Riddler Trophy and see if that too is hidden outside the building. That one might be inside the building. Says it's unless it's underground here.
Batman outsmarted by Harley Quinn.
I know. I didn't believe it, but I guess he must be sick too.
He is. Dax saw him. Says his face was all messed up, you know, like Joker's.
Good. Hope he's rotting on the inside.
The best news is Joker's back and Batman's making...
The bat!
Did I just stand on fire? Interesting.
We all know you prefer hiding in the... He's too chicken to face me.
Yeah. Either it would be behind those doors, which I don't think it is, or it's got to be in the building. It's interesting that we would hurt ourselves on fire, because that does then reveal this possibility that there would have been a lot more fire in the game, and they took it out. Alright, well, our map is pointing towards Riddler Trophy. And that just turns on the electricity again. He must be under the water. So that does break that part up. Yeah, it's got to be somewhere maybe down here, which I guess that would make sense. Let's see if we find anything that makes any that would work that way. Nope, still not really seeing anything. And see, I don't think there's a way into that platform. The game will just reset you there. There's a body of somebody dead. Interesting. Interesting, that one doesn't seem like it wants to float. Like, would we have any other ability to reach an area? Or move our floating platforms? See a platform. You see the electricity. I don't really see the body. Yeah, I just don't think this is worth your effort. If there is a collectible here, it is hidden particularly well. Like, way too strong. Like, you have this unknown dead guy. And if we were going to throw something in the water, it doesn't work. There isn't some other secret path, is there? That seems weird. It definitely feels like the collectible would be in this path. Kind of feels like it would be up there. But doesn't seem like there's really a way up there. Let's talk to Zazz.
This won't end here. I will get out of here and continue my work.
Where I'm standing right now, still not far enough. If anything, it seems like the cursor only points in one place when you're in the building, which does get back to the idea that it actually isn't outside the building. And this is just another example of being way too easy to be distracted. You know what? it could be down in the water. We now totally see how we can move on the water, but there would be a limiting force there, certainly, as far as just how far you could really go. Like you're not going to be able to sneak your way all the way past the edge of the world or anything like that. Right. Let's see. There's a Riddler Trophy here.
They're letting us starve. I know it.
Is it possible that there's just some underground path that would reach that? Doesn't seem like it. Did we get the Riddler trophies over here? Not so much, so we'll just try and grab those while we're at it.
This must be some kind of joke.
Okay. Wire. Disruptor. Freeze bomb. Batarang. Batarang. Sonic. Batarang. The only thing I could think is maybe if there was some electrified section around here. But even that really doesn't make sense. Okay. I don't think I can hack this. Nope. So we're fine there. Which means
Augmented.
we either try to do the augmented reality
training online.
Or we try some of the other stuff. And pretty much anything you try here is going to be fairly dangerous.
While you were saving Miss Vale, I took the liberty of beefing up security at my steel mill. I'm sorry to have to break it to you, but I don't think that even you will be able to get in here. Oh, this is getting too emotional. I can barely bring myself to think of you dying out there. I keep thinking of you lying dead in the snow. It's the only thing that brings a smile to my face.
Augmented reality training failed.
Yeah. I don't know how I could do that one, because it seems to me like unless there's just a green circle way on the other, like right on the other side of this mouth, I don't see how I can swoop up and down in such a tiny area. Nor do I think I can do the line rider to reach that area.
As soon as I grab Bruce Wayne, I'm cashing him in for a first-class ticket to any place else.
Augmented reality training activated.
And this one's a slightly different pattern because I don't think the idea is to
Augmented reality training failed.
Yeah. I don't think the pattern is to swoop down. It's just do a more daring dive, which this game clearly wants you to be way more daring with the dives than I'm willing to really try. 1, 2, 3. Let's see.
Reality training failed.
Yeah, you definitely can tell that the other one is way on the other side. Okay. We have barely even dealt with the map, this part of the map. Our next area would be the Riddler hostage or the Nora freeze thing. I guess we'll do the Riddler hostage next.
And Harley came out carrying the cure. Batman was in there fighting Freeze, and she snuck behind and cut the back out of the damn safe. Who'd have thought it? Harley Quinn outsmarting the Bat.
It's probably a good thing that they are.
Was it hers? I don't know, man. Joker was pretty out of it.
What I don't get is, I thought Batman was working with Freeze. That's what Joker said earlier, right? How come they were fighting?
Hey, you know what
That's
it's
a good
like.
question.
Allegiances in this place are fragile at best. No way Freeze would work with Batman if he didn't have some other thing planned.
I guess. So now we just wait till he comes this way and blow his head off?
That's the plan. Sounds like it'll be easy. If Batman really is sick, he'll make mistakes. Mess with Joker.
There we go. I guess you have to hold that down and not. And not just trigger it.
Like ice.
Alright, well. Climb down.
What's the bat doing here?
What's the bat snooping around for?
Come on.
It's the bat.
Wayne's billions won't do him any good here.
It does seem like eliminating these characters does pretty much permanently eliminate them. Some groups of enemies obviously return, and there's plenty of people still on the ground. And there's a whole building we haven't been in yet. But
Poison Ivy. Those bitches, I wouldn't go anywhere.
at least the snipers do seem to be a one-time elimination, or at least one-time elimination until you die. Maybe if you die and the game doesn't save, they respawn. And that feels right, because honestly, you're not going to be able to grind up experience anywhere as much as it may have seemed like you would have been able to at the beginning of this game. I think we can do this. You do this, and then do this, and then I think you have to do a right bump after that. That's not slow enough by any means. Which this might also show where switching between different line rider abilities 5 times without hitting the ground is something that might be harder to pull off than it seems. New concept art for Solomon Grundy.
I managed to track North.
So He says Nora freezes.
I managed to track Nora down to somewhere in this area. Please find her for me, Batman.
Okay, so it's just somewhere in the blue area. Interesting. So then we can focus on the Riddler hostage first, because I am fairly certain I know where she is. She's almost certainly in the she's almost certainly in the building that had the doors on the ground we just saw. We are potentially, camera's at the wrong angle, should have been closer to that. This may be another cheating thing, almost certainly it is. It's fairly obvious that every single one of these puzzles is the Riddler cheating and not trying to play fair. We don't have like a protection from gas yet.
I've done it. This is one puzzle you cannot solve. I've studied your techniques, reviewed your childish gadgets, and there is nothing in your arsenal that can help you defeat this group. The hostage will die, and I will be victorious.
Can you get me out of here? Please!
I need to find a way to save you. I'll be back.
And see, these are these invisible electric fences that were in the first game, and they're being way underused in this game. Alright, well, just gotta move somewhat carefully. I think we'll probably not want to pull ourselves too far in any one specific direction.
What? How did you... Where did you... This is cheating. Do you hear me? Cheating!
Alright, well, all these kind of spinning blades. So this might be a test of an ability that we don't have yet. Let's see. That blocks the water, so we can hit that. And then I didn't even realize that was what was going on here. So the water needed to be out of the way. And then we'll... Oops. Hit that. The danger with any sequence like this is that you could easily decide that you just don't have the abilities. Even if you do.
What's wrong, Dark Knight? Too much pressure?
Okay, now we've got electrical grids of all kinds of things and buttons, which I think that's hinting at the pressure plate. Okay. So me standing on that's fine, but that doesn't really help me. That doesn't really tell me the solution to a lot of these other pressure plate puzzles, because we definitely have not seen grates like this before, like big metallic things. And I kind of assume that there is no trophies or anything in this. Is he staring through a hole in the wall?
You're okay now. He gave you a number.
Oh yeah, we have to remember.
Oh no. What was it?
We barely are using the
need to remember
scanner.
Oh, yes, it was 606 by 120.
You need to rest here and then make your way back to the church if you feel up to it. I need to go after Riddler.
There's no way she makes it to the church because the bridge has been broken out. Remember? So 0606 by 120, which would put him here.
I would claim to be surprised at this attempt to retrieve the location before collecting enough secrets, but I am not. It was entirely predictable.
So we have to find, once again, more Riddler secrets. That gave me 2000 XP, though. Like, that is just a big extra boost for rescuing a person. Yeah, there's no way she makes it back to the church.
I'll wait here till I get my breath back and try and get back to the church.
Like, if the bridge wasn't destroyed, maybe you could believe that.
Possibly have done that. How did you? Who helped you? You cheated. I know you cheated. Oh, this isn't over tonight. Oh no. Now things get far more difficult. People will die and you will be to blame.
See, this is another case where the lips are just not animating. Man, for a Batman Warner Brothers property, it sure seems lazy. Some of this animation, this should have more polish to it. And I think it is worth mentioning. I'm going to try to just see if I can walk on the ground and not get completely eliminated doing that. It's worth mentioning that a lot of this encounters are very, very similar to the Lego Batman game. Particularly the second Lego Batman game. The first one was much more linear.
Batman should have left the mayor to rot here.
Here we have an example of a combined abilities needed to get a trophy. New concept art for something from a long time ago.
Great. More freaking snow.
See, yeah, if these pressure puzzles were supposed to be something big,
There's a vault around here somewhere. Stuffed full of cash.
yeah, I don't see any way you possibly manage to throw 3 batarangs through in time. You might be able to throw 2 batarangs in time, throwing one that way.
How the hell did Strange manage to send the mayor in here?
Like, I would be willing to believe the goal here is to very quickly throw 2 here and then throw a third one. But so you can't get through that little opening or anything like that. You couldn't trick your way into the inside where that would save you any time. So I'm still very confused. We obviously need some kind of upgrade. Alright. Yeah. What Lego Batman 2 I think specifically had as a nice feature, interesting music, was the ability and willingness to just have just to have random events happen and occur, and not so much. Alright.
He's here.
So we got another,
Look out, it's the bat.
Knocked that guy out. That was a mistake, but whatever. It's B-A-A. B-A-A. B-A-A.
We'll make
B-A-A. Take them out. Oh, and that would have been a great point to throw a batarang at him and try and get another one of those fighting challenges done. Alright, so now that those guys are gone, is it possible that we're somewhat safe? Am I supposed to just like jump off the edge here? Like, am I supposed to dangle on an edge? Let's see. Find a shot here, fire, and then immediately hit right bump. That doesn't work. Am I supposed to just fly into it? See, even that would be a fairly complicated move. To have to find... None of your batarangs. Yeah. Weird. Definitely weird. that it just doesn't let you do anything there. And there really isn't a lot here, whereas in comparison to Lego Batman 2 and some of the other early open world, there's a really well hidden one, Lego games, you definitely would have more cases where on some side of the building there would be some kind of puzzle to get up from the ground to the top of the building. Lego Batman 2 kept Batman on the ground a lot more often. You didn't just have a grapple that shot you to the rooftops, and even if you eventually got something like that, it's been a long time since I played Lego Batman 2, that was something that unlocked way earlier.
Yeah, what are you? Oh, God.
They're reusing this gimmick.
There's nothing to see in here. You should go away.
Seriously? That's what they're gonna do?
Something big must be going down if Batman's here.
So then that must not be where Nora Freeze's body is. Which I'm surprised, because I would have just kind of sworn it was. Alright, well.
I got frostbite.
This is not an effective way to walk around. I don't know why there are so many fences. Hey. Unless that's just intentionally there to make you move the to make it so that too many enemies can't pathfind to you. That'd be pretty bad if they're just manipulating the pathfinding programming of their own characters. And I want to go a little bit longer here.
Look out, it's the bat!
Alright. Let's see, we want the battering. So let's get that. Alright. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to, but whatever. And see, that was just a couple of guys over in this area.
So we're kicking the crap out of each other and I didn't get to see.
I'm not sure what we're really looking for. I guess we're gonna get closer and closer towards this bottom half of the map. Let's see, where are we even on the map? This might be a situation where you do have to kill almost everybody in the area, or you have to figure out some secret passage or something. If there was a cold signature or something, though, we should have some kind of indicator.
I managed to track Nora down to someone.
Yeah.
Batman saved. The mayor. What an idiot.
Let's see.
Batman! It's Batman! Damn gun's jammed.
Alright. Alright, so we wanna hit this guy with this, and then hit this guy with this. And then that's another achievement down. I see some people up on buildings, so we should probably try and take them out. I guess it was a somewhat of a assumption that
It came from over here, I'm sure of it! Batman's back!
taking out more guys, still not really getting any experience from that. I guess you could have walked on this path. And you're still playing way too much into the idea of always being in detective mode, though. It's just no fun. So if this is supposed to be Nora Freeze's approximate location, I doubt it's up high. Like we know it's down here. It's gotta be in this building. But the door's locked. Interesting. We're hearing the balloon sound effects, but is that possible that there's a breakable object somewhere in this area? Let's see. Yeah, we're wasting a lot of time. Amusement Mile. The only thing I see here is one security camera. We have made better progress, certainly. Okay. Over that way is not a puzzle that we know how to solve, but over here is a puzzle we do know how to solve now. The Falcone shipping. Falcone being one of the gangsters of one of the mobsters that ran Gotham. Okay. Well, I think we now know how to get to this area. So, land on this, pull ourselves here, which this would totally explain why you would lock Nora Freeze behind this pattern, this area, because you wouldn't have been able to reach this area until you'd already fought Mr. Freeze anyways. So I guess the question is, are we going to have to do a major puzzle or Storage Warehouse 58, or is this a fairly small area? It looks like it's a fairly big area, so we'll have to leave that for the next recording. Yeah, pause now if you want to read this. Here we have, don't think.
Do not fret, Mr. Mayor. Everything is under control, I promise you.
This is more of that dialogue that we could listen to. We now need 7,000 XP to upgrade anything, so the cost is getting higher. And I feel like Glide Boost Attack is your next move. And then we would consider Freeze Proximity Mind. And then we think about Cryptographic Power Amplifier. Unless we get our final ability. That's the thing, is if this final gadget unlocks, which I think has to be a combo batarang, which doesn't even really make sense because at that point then some of our quests here are being locked out. I guess this could be combo batarang and this could be combo batarang too, and it could just be one upgrade. Use a freeze blast on an armed enemy before you take him out. Remote electrical charges, we still have to do that. Takedowns with the line rider. Quick fire freeze blasts during combos. Combo batarang. Apparently something we should use. Backclaw slam. I'm still not sure how you pull that one off. And then there's plenty of line grinding ones. I don't feel like the layout of this, though, is particularly well suited in any way that if there is any kind of special reward for getting a single horizontal line, the challenges in each horizontal line don't feel like they're focused towards one specific activity enough that would be a thing, or that would make it easier. We still apparently have yet to find a single row of Riddler trophies, which definitely makes that feel like that was intentional. Like, just by random circumstances, we should have gotten a full row at this point. And looking at the map, there's the augmented reality training. There's the Nora Freeze thing. There's a riddle and a single Riddler trophy we could probably get there. There's probably a few in the subway we could also get, and a couple over here we could probably get. With our freeze platforms, we could probably get to the edge of the city, but it doesn't matter. I imagine the helicopters would just shoot you if you tried to do that. We could probably get that one. We could probably get that one. A lot of these other ones, though, I still feel like we can't get. Maybe, I guess now I could get a ice platform to slide into this area, so I now know how to get that one. There's still definitely some like this one that you need that high level encryption to unlock. I suspect if I went and looked through a lot of these, I could get a lot of these, and I probably could get everything in the museum. The museum is the only place in the It's the only location that we have left besides the police department that has any real collectibles to it, unless you consider Wonder City a location. So storyline wise, we might be very close to being towards the end of the game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.